Hey gang, today by request we're going to do Coldplay's Adventure of a Lifetime. Now it's not what I normally do because Coldplay is not usually thought of as a guitar-oriented band, but this is a really cool part. I'm going to do the whole demo and then we'll do all the parts to the song. So it's a cool lead line over a moving harmony and then it's a real funky rhythm too, so it's a fun one to learn. You also see that I've got a capo up here on the 12th fret. Now I am not capo averse, but we're going to do it with the capo because that's the way the song was done, but I want to also show you how to do it without the capo because I don't think you need it, and at least for me it kind of cramps my hand, so I'll show you how to do both. Alright, coming up in just a second. This video is brought to you by Songstitute. They're an online platform that brings music students and teachers together all across the globe. As a student, you can look around for the teacher of your choice, book a Skype lesson, simple as that. They handle all the billing, everything else. I currently teach on Songstitute as well, and I'd love to see you there. So why don't you check them out? I look forward to our lesson.
Everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day. That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me she'd say, everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds. Now feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin, but I feel my heart beating. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Said it can't go on, not in this way. I'm a dream that died by light of day. Gonna hold up half the sky and say, only I own me. And I feel my heart beating. I can feel my heart underneath my skin. Oh, I can feel my heart beating. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Turn your magic on. Me she'd say, everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape. If we've only got this life, this adventure over high. And if we've only got this life, you get me through
All right, gang. Well, let's go over this in some detail. First things first, you can download the tab from the link below. It's going to make your life a little bit easier, but frankly, you probably don't need it. So it's there if you need it. Awesome. If you don't, it's fine too. I do want to say I'm using the Capo on this because that's what I saw when I saw somebody doing it live. I figured it out without the Capo, and I was actually kind of surprised. I was like, oh, there's a Capo. Don't really need it. So I'm going to show you how to do it without the Capo if you're really anti-Capo. I'm not anti-Capo, but I just think for this one you really don't need it. And so I'll show it with it, which is how he did it, and without. It only matters for the lead line. It doesn't matter for anything else because that's all with a closed position anyway. What I'd like to talk through now is the sound, then I'll do the lead line with the Capo, the lead line without the Capo, then we'll do the rhythm, and then we'll do the solo at the end. Okay, first of all, for the sound. Obviously using a Strat, and I've got a few things on this. I've got some reverb, just a little bit of reverb. You can hear it. I've also got a little bit of delay. All right, and finally, I've got an overdrive pedal, but I've done something kind of special. I don't have a lot of fuzz on the pedal. I've taken all the distortion out of it, so the gain is all the way at 0, but it just fuzzes it up just a little bit, as you can tell when I take it off. So here it is with it on, and here it is with it off. It just gives it a little more fuzziness, I think, and it seems to match the song a little bit better. If you don't have one, it's no big deal, but if you do have one, give it a shot. Okay, now for the rest of it, for the rhythm, I take that pedal off. I think it sounds better without that fuzz on for that. Okay. All right, so let's get into this now. Let's do the lead line first, and I'll do it with the Capo. So let me play the whole thing slowly, and then we'll talk about it. So what's going on there? Well, this whole song basically, believe it or not, is over the Stairway to Heaven harmony. So it's sort of like an F major to an G to an A minor. And there's a lot of other stuff that kind of jazzes that up or makes it sound a little bit more like world music or something like that. But that's the basic harmony that's going on. So this lead line has to kind of follow that, and I think it really does. Now, it's not a difficult thing to do, but it's difficult to do it over and over and over without flubbing up in a major way. That's why I think it's pretty cool. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to play on the 17th fret and then pull to open twice. And then I'm going to play on the second, that's on the first string. On the second string, I'm going to play on the 15th, then hammer on to 17th, pull off to 15th, pull off to 13th. Now, that might be hard for some people to get a nice strong pull off, especially on this one. That's often hard for people. So if you need to pick it either on this or on this, don't be shy. It's okay to do it. All right, and you can do that. No big deal. It sounds great either way. If you pick this one, you should use a downstroke, and if you pick this one, you should use an upstroke because it sets you up for the two picked notes on the next string, which are just 14 open and 14 open. All right, so here it is again. 17 on the first string, 17 and open, 17 and open. Second string, 15, 17, 15, 13. And then on a third string, 14 open, 14 open. And that's it. You just have to play the first one twice. Now, this is slightly different. There's two lines, so there's two lines exactly like that. Now there's a slightly different one. We're going to play 15 open, 15 open. And then the rest of it is exactly the same. And then the second time we do it, we do 15 open, 15 open. That's all the same then. That's the same. And then we come up on the first string and play 19. See if I can show that. 19 and 20. Okay, so here's the whole thing, all soup to nuts. All right, so that's that. Now, let me show you how to do it without the capo. It's not really any different, except when you're playing this note, you have to stretch a little bit, but you can see I'm not stretching very much. I can stretch quite a bit more than that. But this one is 17 to 12 now. You're playing the 12th note fretted. And now playing this. And then on the third string, you have to fret the 12th as well. So. Sounds good to me, sounds good either way. One last little tip. When you're playing on the second string and you hit this note right here and you pull this out, I like to use my second finger so I can stretch that a little bit better. If I use my third, then I have to stretch between my third finger and my pinky, and it's just a little bit more difficult. I can do it, but I can do it much more strongly and comfortably with my second finger instead of my third on that 15th fret. Okay, so that's it for the lead lines. All right, let's do the rhythm now. Now the rhythm's kind of a funky little thing, kind of sounds like this. All right, so there's some definite rhythm that's going on the right hand, and it's kind of like this. And that's basically just, I'm doing a little bit of palm muting and then just got that engine going with my right hand. And then on the left hand, basically, what we're doing is we're playing this melody. And we're just putting a note underneath it. That melody is basically on the first two strings, 17 to 15 to 17 on the first string. And then we're putting a note on it on the third string, which is the 17th, which is a C. And then on the last one, we're moving that C down to a B, which is the C is at the 17th, the B is at the 16th. All right, so let me see if I can show this a little bit more easy. It is cramped. And then we're adding that 17th on the third string. And that's it. Last little piece then is that little lead at the end, and it's primarily done on the second and third strings. And again, this is just in like C major or A minor, either way you want to look at it. So we're going to start out here on the 18th, 17th, 15th, and then, so that's 13, 15, slide up to 17th, and then play third string 14th. And again, one more time. That's the 18th, 17th, 15th, 13, 15, slide up to 17, second string 14. Well, all right, gang. Well, all right, gang. There you go. Coldplay, Adventure of a Lifetime. Pretty cool guitar part, I think. Anyway, it really enhances the song, and especially that lead line going throughout. It's really a key part to establishing the mood of the song. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a like, and if you are so inclined, why don't you subscribe? Don't forget to leave your suggestions for other videos that I could do in the future, and we'll see you on down the road.